Hello everyone, welcome to Johannesburg and more precisely Braamfontein. On behalf of my co-authors Marianne Morange and Elisabeth Perroux, I would like to introduce you to our forthcoming paper in Antipode. So this paper is based on a 5-year research on the implementation and transformation of city improvement districts in Johannesburg and Cape Town over a period of 15 years. Basically, the research went in two complementary directions. One was the circulation process per se, with an analysis of networks, ideas, and implementations. The second direction was the debates and contestation of these models at a different scale, with a reformulation and adaptation to local contexts. And this is precisely the angle that the forthcoming paper in Antipode is focusing on. So in our paper, we explore and discuss neoliberalization processes in the context of urban regeneration strategies in South Africa. City improvement districts are taken here as examples of the international circulation of neoliberal policy models, with us focus on the way neoliberal principles and tools are making their way in the post-apartheid context. So what we do here basically is we analyze and compare the adoption of the model in two major cities of South Africa, Cape Town and Johannesburg, and we discuss their social and political implications, in particular the debates, contestation and controversies that surround them in relation to their exclusionary effects on public space. And some of the small bits of footage you will see afterwards will show you some of the major problems that arise around the implementation of city improvement districts in South Africa. So we aimed here basically at documenting the theoretical literature about the practice of neoliberalism from a southern city perspective. And we try to embrace both metropolitan and intra-urban scales in order to explore the neoliberalization of policies and practices from a bottom-up perspective. And this allowed us to show the micro-territorial adaptations to neoliberalization and the fine differences that characterize two cities located in the same national context, but that respond very differently to these neoliberalization incentives. The paper builds on the recent refinement of theories on neoliberalization and tries to contribute to the debate on the variegation of neoliberalization as a systemic production of geo-institutional differentiation. So we argue that there are actually two processes occurring at the same time. One, the permeability of the local context that influences the capacity of city improvement districts to take root and to transform so as to better fit the local political, institutional, and economic milieus. And two, the plasticity of city improvement districts, that is, their capacity to thwart local political resistance by accommodating post-apartheid concerns and diffusing political contestation. So, permeability and plasticity. These coupled characteristics help us understand the resilience of the concept, which can probably be shown elsewhere in other cities of the world and other cities of the South in particular. By looking at neoliberalization processes from a South African perspective, we think we can improve our understanding of the role of the global South in the refinement of the neoliberal paradigm. I say global South because there is indeed a crucial epistemological issue here of proposing a coherent theoretical model accounting for the diversity of this global South. So global cities of the South, like Johannesburg, navigate between developmental imperatives and global aspirations inspired by neoliberal practices. And this creates policy contradictions, negotiations, and conflicts at the very bottom of city management. Plus, obviously, all cities of the South are not global. So how do we account for what is happening there? So this is where we think the epistemological issue of trying to work on cities of the global South is important. So to conclude, with this paper, we would very much like to call for a more comparative, multi-scala and transnational account of neoliberalization hybrids emerging in cities of the global South.